everyone. Welcome to the course Operating Systems. The topic that we are going to discuss today in this particular video is computer system architecture. So we are going to learn about the different elements that are present typically in the computer and how do they interact with one another. In the computer system, we have basically four elements. One is the hardware. The second one is the operating system itself. Third one are the different application programs that are running on the computer. And finally, the different users who are making use of the computer system to accomplish different tasks. Now let's elaborate on each of these entities a bit more. First, let's have a look at the different hardware that are typically associated with the computer system. The hardware equipments that we find on a typical computer include the different processors, the main memory, which is also commonly known as the random access memory or RAM, the secondary storages, and the different I/O devices. The processors, or commonly known as the CPUs, are the ones which are responsible for executing the different programs and the applications running on the computer. The main memory is responsible for handling the different programs and the data that is used by those different programs. Secondary storage, also commonly known as persistent storage, are those pieces of hardware which make sure that our data is safely stored on the computer even when it is powered off. And finally, the different I/O devices include the monitor, the mouse, the keyboard, the printers, and so on. These I/O devices either take input from the user and send it to the computer or displays the output generated by the computer on the different output devices. Second, we have the operating system, which is the program which is running on the computer at all times. The operating system is responsible for managing the different hardware and allocating the different hardware components to the various application programs that are typically running on the computer. This allocation is essential because the applications require these pieces of hardware to accomplish the different tasks that they are supposed to do. Next comes the different application programs, which include a huge array of applications which are commonly used in our day-to-day lives to accomplish different tasks. These perform specific tasks on behalf of the user. A few are shown on this particular slide, and definitely this is not the exhaustive list. So we make use of email applications to send and receive emails. We use web browsers to browse the internet to search for something. Video gaming applications are also present, which are used for entertainment purposes. We make use of word processors to create documents and edit them. We use spreadsheets to tabulate data and also to make various calculations. Graphic software are used for editing images and videos. Media players are meant for playing songs and movies. Finally, we make use of database management system softwares to manage our data and also for bulk data processing. Now, these application programs are used for accomplishing different tasks, but by whom? By the different users. So, users are the entities who interact with the computer system to accomplish the different tasks that they want to do. Now, users typically, as we perceive in our day-to-day lives, include human beings. However, it is not mandatory that only human beings should be considered as users. Other machines or even other computers may interface with a computer and act as the user. So we can define a user as the consumer of the output that is generated by a computer system. Now, let's look at the interplay of the different components that we have talked about so far. So, if we consider a layered architecture, we can say that at the lowest level lies the computer hardware. Of course, we have the different application programs which are run by the different users and they accomplish different tasks on behalf of these users. Now, in between the computer hardware and the application programs sits the operating system, who ensures the proper execution of the different application programs by allocating these hardware to these programs. And finally, we have got the users who interact with the different application programs, and then whatever is the output or information generated by these application programs, these are made available to the user who in turn consume them. So in summary, in this particular video, we learned about the different elements or equipments that are associated with the computer system. How do they interact with one another, which provides us with a proper computing environment. Thank you.